number show. But does she really wanna? But can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, 'cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for Mom and Dad for sticking two together, 'cause we don't know how. You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say is then what makes love exception. So why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, my baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna? But can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, 'cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for Mom and Dad for sticking two together, 'cause we don't know how.
Teresa, you just want to start. You want to start this off being messy, huh, sis? First of all, let me find it. Baby, yes, I do deserve. Yes, I do deserve. Shout out to my cutie mod, Teresa, also my cutie sister, for the super chat. And where's I deserve, child? Shout out to Brittany Janae. Thank you, Teresa.
I deserve to be. I deserve.
A mess. Let me remove that comment so they could see it. Hold on, guys. A mess. Teresa, how you gonna send me something back? Today was Mod Appreciation Day.
I deserve to be. I
deserve. Thank you, Teresa. How are you guys? Pat H. What up, though, sis? SK Ara is here. Brittany Janae with her messy tail. Everybody, come on in. Shout out to the new subscribers, child. I see they climbing on back up. I lost about 10 of them in the last couple weeks. I don't know what's going on. But we here. We still doing the damn thing. Royal Bristorian was the first in the chat tonight. Thank you so much, sis, for joining me. And welcome. I got a laundry list of lives. And I love these evening lives because I do not have to rush. So shout out to the Night Owl Cuties. Shout out to the cutie mods in the chat. Again, we got Teresa Wright. I saw my sis Pink Diva down here somewhere. There she go. Who else in here? Any cutie mods? Any more cutie mods in the building? I believe that's it. That's enough, child. Hey, Laquita. Good evening, gorgeous. I love the avatar picture. OMG. Move forward with Coach K. Welcome. Okay. I think I'm still scrolling. Hey, Gigi. I'm getting dizzy when I scroll like this. All right, I think that's it. I think that's it. Ham sandwich is in the building. Welcome, 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 guys. Rosemary. Hey, Gigi. GGH, how are you, sis? Long time no see. We're gonna have to catch up with you. All right, guys, you guys see the thumbnail. Come on in, hit the like button for me. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Let me get this off the screen. But on my hot topics list tonight is Melody Cherie. We're gonna start off with Mel. It's something about the Marvin's child. At first, we had Marvin Sapp. Tonight is Marvin Winans. We're gonna get into this Diddy news, or is it really news? Souljah Boy and Kandi, Tamar, Sweet Tea, and Dr. G. Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kelly Farrell being sued by her husband. And then I really want us to have a discussion at the end about this single dad who came out here and said that his feelings was hurt because he is a single father and none of the parents would allow their kids to come over for a sleepover. So we're going to chat about that. I'm going to drop the link about that one because I really want to know you all's thoughts, and there's been an update to that. And I'll definitely let you guys know. I saw my Bridget J in the building earlier. Bridget J, you at work, sis? Let me properly get to Bridget J, and then we're going to get started. Let's be clear. It's here. This is for Bridget J.
Girl, what's going on?
Oh, sis, thank you for dropping down. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. As I mentioned, I am going to start with Melody Cherie. Shout out to Mel Chow. Now, I can guarantee you guys, this guy right there is looking just like that at this very moment. How the hell you going to prioritize the reunion over a court date? Mel had double wins this week. She won against Martell Holt. She also won against the YouTube content creator. But most importantly for me is the fight for them 4-piece nuggets. Okay. And it's a win. It's a win. Mel has the sole primary custody. Martell is labeled as you guys correct me if I'm wrong, because a couple of you guys sent me DMs about it, and I wanted to touch on it, but it's my understanding that Monday through Friday, the kids will be at Mel's. Every other weekend, Martell will have them, and then he got to drop them off at school. Is that correct? Is that correct? Hey, Aunt Debbie. Hey, Mama V. Y'all let me know if that's correct. Somebody. Anybody. Hey, Lula. Yeah, I go ahead and put that pic back up real quick. You guys know what I always love to say, child. Dummy ass. Dummy ass. Now, how do we get here? I'm going to touch on this real quick. But how did we get here? After Mr. Man ruined his family, Mel walked away. He wouldn't give her the furniture, nothing. Clothes, baby. He was wearing her mink coats and carrying her purses and every damn thing. And she was still cool. And I don't know if you guys remember. Thank you, Deborah. Deborah said that is correct. I don't know if you guys remember, but when Mel walked away, Mel and Martell, I believe at that time, without the courts being involved, had the kids 2 weeks. Then they would transfer 2 weeks. Mr. Man, I think, my opinion only, and we've been talking about this for years, child. I think he wanted that child support. So he decided to march his ass down to the courthouse. And look, it's a win, number one, for peace of mind. You know what I mean? I think it's a little more, what's the word that I'm looking for? Well, I don't know, because somebody sent me a DM saying that even on his weekend, is visitation open to Mel as well? I don't know. I believe that you guys, excuse me, I'm sure you all know more than I do. But yeah, he's the one that set the the ball rolling when it comes to this whole custody battle that on the outside looking in, especially for me, when Mel was on Love and Marriage Huntsville and I was all up and through everybody's business. We know that, yeah, that was all Martell. And he prioritized the reunion over his kids. Now, do you guys think that this is it? Do you think that Mr. Man gonna march his tight suit wearing ass right on back down there to Madison County Courthouse? Let me know. That man did not want the extended time he had with those children. He ain't mad. Okay, Althea say he probably straight. According to Althea, he didn't want the time. He just wanted to be a nuisance. You know, I don't know what his bank account looking like. I don't know if he gonna have the funds to try to go back to court or not. But oh, he gets first rights to babysit if Mel got something to do. Okay, okay. That's what I was thinking, just Mia. So again, for the win of a peace of mind, I hope that this is done. You know, we know that. How old is Sugar Mama? Sugar Mama is what? 5, guys? 5 or so, 6-ish. Um, I'm in my head trying to calculate. I used to know all these years and dates, okay? But I believe that she's 5, maybe. Anyway, that's 13 more years of this setup when it comes to Martell Hope. Martell, take your ass on, go ahead and move and work out with something where you can possibly see those kids, work it out with the primary sole custodial parent, where you can see them babies on spring break, holiday break, and possibly a couple weeks in the summer. Go ahead and move. Get this girl her peace, complete peace, you know. Mrs. Bostick said if I was the judge, he couldn't come back in my courtroom after he didn't show up. Yeah, it shouldn't be no more appeals or none of that, you know? None of that. My 2 sons said he ain't mad. He didn't have the time or the funds for a full 7 days at a time. I think he planned it this way. Well, he's a dummy ass again if he did, because he also had to pay an attorney. You know, he just wanted to be a forever thorn in her ass. For me, I don't think he done. He may put coleslaw out there on the stroll, child, to come up with some more money to go ahead and get another a lawyer or something. But I don't think that he's done. You guys got to remember, this is my kids, my kids. I love my kids, my kids, my kids. You know what I mean? So, you know, but congratulations go up to Melody Cherie. At least those kids can have a normal school week. You know what I mean? That week on, week off deprogramming once they come home from him and got you know what I'm saying? Download all the information that he was talking over there. It was too much. It was too much. You know what I mean? Um, Lorcy said 5 going on 6. Martell would be without them what he didn't get the kids on his weekly. Okay, I don't know what that means, Lorcy. Try again for me, sis. Misha said, I'm sure Coleslaw's happy because she can have Martell to herself a lot more now. Child. Child. Okay, so, oh, that's right. Now it's coming back to me as far as the birthday months for the kids. All them kids is born like in December and January, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Sugar Mama will be 6 in December. Child, you know that's a shame when you know the birthday months and everything. No, he not done. He not done, Robin, at all. And like I said, he'll, you know, he already damn near, in my opinion only, on Skid Row. You know what I mean? Yeah. So again, congratulations go up to Mel. This is the first step towards peace. And look, you guys know Mel always say no weapon formed shall will prosper. And yeah, if he continue to try, no telling what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But if I were him, hey April, especially with this ruling, yeah, can we work something else out, Judge? Would you ask the mom if I could have them spring break, Christmas break, fall break, and summer break? you know, couple months out the summer, however long they be on break for the summer. And other than that, let them kids get that full stability. This is the start though to full stability, dummy ass. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, we'll see if his castmates, well, we won't see because I won't. Yes, and take his ass back for child support. I would have done that from the start. Pink Diva said so. Basically, he got away without paying child support, and his days with the kids were reduced. Yeah, it's my understanding that Mel has the kids all week, and when it's her weekend, so 2 weeks out of the month, she have them the 4 weeks plus the weekend. I believe. I think I was over there in Redley's Bush's child. I believe he gets them first and third or something like that. Weekends only. And then he got to drop them right on off to school. You know? But yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that no child support shit. I never did. I never did. I wouldn't care if that Negro was making 50. Run my kids 25. Okay? But the less she has to deal with him, period, the better. Just Mia said them kids don't want to spend every break with him sitting up in their rooms. Right, because he can't take them nowhere, child. Teresa said Martell gets them every other weekend and he picked them up every Thursday for a few hours. Oh, he can pick them up on Thursdays? I thought he was supposed to pick them up on Fridays and drop them off at school. I don't know. I was trying to peep in the rallies when I was in meetings and all of that, child. Had an earbud in, and he only needs supervised visits. He is too unstable. Well, look, those are the judge's orders, guys. Those are the judge's orders. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Let it so be it, and it shall be done, and it's done. So like I said, I hope Mel can get her some peace of mind. It appears to me though, this the only thing. I have to go ahead and get married if I was Mel, because neither one of them can have their man or the bird spend the night. And we know that's been the case when it comes to Martell. But child, that's 13 more years with Sugar Mama. Child, I have to go ahead and get married. You know? Yeah. All right. So again, a double win for Melody Cherie. Kudos going up to her and them 4-piece nuggets. I do still hate that she can't even post her damn babies on social media. I hate that. You know what I'm saying? I really, really do, because we know that he did that to be vindictive. The judge seems a bit too lenient to me, but at least it's over. The judge has always been lenient towards Martell. Was this when she said dissolved? Was this when she said dissolved, guys, or was this when they was in that restaurant? When he had the dummy ass look on his face. Let me know before we move on to the next topic. But I agree. It seemed like, first of all, it was such a long time, a lot of money. You know what I mean? And very, very lenient, because there is enough out here when it comes to evidence against Martell Holt, where Mel should have had full, period, custody. Full. He got the child. I'm trying not to talk about folks. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. But we got all the ramblings, the rants, and all of that when it comes to the bird. And then he just had his own, you know what I'm saying? Outburst and the foolishness. Number one. Okay, I'm gonna touch on this. Then I'm gonna be gone. The foolishness of that interview that he and Coleslaw did earlier this year. Baby, how could a judge look at some mess like that and look at the topic of conversation? But we don't know if Mel is done. We don't know if she's completely satisfied with this. You know what I'm saying? So just continue to sit back and look, and see how this all turns out. But in the meantime, she got some peace. Them kids got some peace. Now, a couple other things that was sent to me in my DM, I'm not going to touch on those because I can't verify it. but it has something to do with the kids and nothing bad per se, but I just don't want to put that out there because while I was in the bushes, I didn't hear anything about that. So okay, so I did hear Relly say that. It said the kids couldn't be on social media or TV for profit. Some kids don't get paid for being on TV. So does that mean, and I guess time will tell, that she can post birthday pictures of her kids? She can post her on Mother's Day with the kids or whatever. Is that the case? Because when it comes to Mel's Instagram platform, I'm almost positive her platform is monetized. So that for me would still mean that she wouldn't be able to post them on her Instagram page, maybe unless she started another page or something like that, or the other page that they have for the kids. I don't know if that was monetized or not, but I know for sure Mel's social media, Instagram, is monetized. So any post she get paid. Baby, that's the life there. How many subscribers you need to get paid on Instagram, child? I got to start hitting up these platforms. So, Sharon J, you're saying she can. Her page is her Instagram is what I'm talking about. Maybe Facebook, huh? I don't know if her Facebook is monetized, but with the huge following that Mel has on Instagram, her page is absolutely monetized. But time will tell. Time will tell. If we see, the 4-piece nuggets pop up over there, then we know that, maybe what she'll do is turn off the monetization on her Instagram page. She has TikTok, she has Facebook, and maybe she'll do that and post her kids. That's the only thing that one of the only things left that's irking me. The other one, put that nigga on child support. ASAP. ASAP. Coleslaw like Jolly Ranchers or whatever it was he used to pick up for her. Give me half of that. Give me half of that. Whether, and we know that she don't, whether I need it or not, give me half of that. Okay. Peace, love, and light said, I'm side eyeing the judge. The GAL report should have gotten him only supervised visitation. I don't know what the GAL report is, sis. Um, yes, Deborah, I heard that. I just don't have all the details, but I believe it's like every other year when it comes to the holidays and stuff like that. Not saying that one parent has them completely, but it was something in there like that. Like not every other. Well, I guess it is every other. Odd year, even year when it comes to the holiday and summer breaks. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Hit the like button, guys. They have to communicate through the app. Yep. I heard that too. Shout out to Relly, because that's where I was, child. Um, yeah. Yeah. Couple more. Um, they have to share holiday and school breaks. Okay. All right. Teresa, I didn't hear that part. Is it okay, my lady? Y'all know more than me. Child, I can't even call them what I call them to the cutie crew, but the Cliff folks, baby, been working your girl. You hear me? So it's every other Thursday and not Friday. Are you sure? Because I could have sworn. Hold on. Let me look at my phone real quick. Because I sure did. Well, I was trying to snap a couple pictures because I couldn't listen all the way. But I could have sworn. Hold on. That it said something about he would pick them up Fridays and Fridays after school and drop them off on Monday. Are you guys sure? Oh, thank you. Let's be clear. Child, I don't know all them abbreviations. Okay. So every other Thursday. Every other Thursday. Uh, that was on their uncle's page, Cecilia. because I saw that. I saw Boss Baby jumping in the pool. So yeah, the court stipulation, I believe, has always been that it was Mel that can't post them. But we know Miss Van has posted the kids. We know Uncle Marcus have posted the kids, and their family, blood family. I heard something in that Relly was saying about blood family as well. Child, it's too late for me to try to go through this. It's too late. I trust you all's word. Where did I get Friday from? Where did I get Friday from? I don't know. That's what I just said. Hey, Simply. That's what I just said, Shelly. So is it every other Friday or Thursday? And he drops them off at school. But I believe if his weekend is up, Mel would be the one that would pick them kids up from school that Monday. Then she'll have them throughout the week, her whole weekend, throughout the week again, and then exchange again. So wait a minute. The every Thursday, that's just a couple hours a day. I think I heard something about some hours, 3 to 8 or something like that. I know my love and Mira Tunstfield historian, Simply Beautiful knows. So why would they give him Thursdays? That's not I was about to say, like black folks say, spending the night, is it? That's not spending the night with him on Thursdays, right? Oh no, Normal Fit. Normal Fit said, it's no way I would have walked out of that courtroom with that order if I was Melody. Melody is now a slave to Martell. Hey, Lori. Okay. Oh, okay. So, okay. Charlene, it is what it is saying Thursday. Is that every Thursday? That's too much. Every Thursday, he get them from 3 to 8. Then he got to drop them back off. Well, we know he can't go to her house. Then they got to have somewhere where they exchange the kids. And then Mel take them to school that Friday. His weekend, he pick them up from school. Then he drop them back off to school Monday. Yeah, he absolutely should have been paying some child support, you know. But the good thing is when it comes to schools, I believe Mel is the person that's going to decide that. Again, more stability when it comes to the kids. And I don't know if I'm gonna say a slave, but he do got a tie, you know what I mean, with it. That's why I said, we don't know if Mel is not, her attorneys are not gonna go back with some counters of their own, because my thing is, if you saw it fit for him to only have these kids every other weekend, that means you saw some ish that you wasn't satisfied with, meaning it should be full custody to me. So, and I don't think that she can move. I heard something about 150 miles away. I guess they can move 150 miles away or something like that. I don't know. Forgive me. On Thursdays, 3 to 8, he drops them off at school at 8. Thursdays from 3 to 8 p.m. Then he got to give them back to their mama. She got to take them Friday. According to that order, everything is alleged. And he picks them up his weekend from school on Friday. That's why I don't understand, why would they throw a Thursday in there? I don't get it. Let's see. Tara is here. Thank you for gifting the Cutie Crew membership, Tara. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what is that for, April? Definitely. Don't worry about it if Martell's going to F it up. just like he F up everything else. That was not a good deal. The only good thing is they are in her custody. It was a tad bit crappy, you know what I mean? Because and I think that's what Pink Diva meant when she said that, or she was saying as well, as far as the leniency that it appears that this court has had on the dummy ass, in my voice, in my opinion only. And you know, I just wouldn't want them to be with him at all. He is they daddy though. I just wouldn't want them to be with him at all, and complete normalcy to me, somewhat, would be the breaks in school and summer breaks. Other than that, child, all that week, okay, Thursday, I got to be back home. Mel travels a lot. You know what I mean? What does this mean when it comes to like our TikTok lives in LA and all of that? I guess they would have to be on the weekend. Okay, this is my last question to you guys. I guess it would have to be on the weekends that they with him. She got to provide the schedule and doctor's appointments, see all that shit. Ooh, child. Told y'all a long time ago, them boys should have been took care of this. Simply said, I got it. They spend the night with him on Thursday. Okay, so every other week, he gets them that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Drop them off Monday. That's 5 days. So that means the week that he has them, I can't believe we sitting here breaking this down like this. The week that he has them, when he drop them off at school on Monday, that means Mel gets them Monday evening, her whole week and weekend when it's her week. Then the following week, Monday through Thursday morning. Allegedly. Allegedly. Hey, EDB. All right, all right, all right. Well, again, congratulations go up to Melody Cherie. Like I said, if she's, because a lot of you guys and like myself, baby, child support it is, and whatever else, I'm digging up all the dirt. I would have had every piece of dirt that I could find on Martell. And if that judge still tried to rule in his favor in any way, then yeah, I'm going ahead and take it on up to the Supreme Court or some shit. You know? Debbie said only in Alabama. Any other court will have given Melody full custody. I totally agree with you on Debbie. Totally agree. But he's put that facade on for so long. You know what I mean? My kids, I love my kids. Nigga, if you would have loved your kids, you wouldn't have did anything to break up their happy home. So I never fell for that. But I can agree with you. She's the most stable. She's the most financially secure. She's the most level-headed. All of the above. In any other state, especially on Debbie, Illinois, Mel would have been had full custody of them kids. So two things are going to happen, I believe. Two things are going to happen. Either he going to get so frustrated and say F it. You already know now you ain't getting no child support, no nothing. And then hopefully she'll be able to get full custody. Or I could see his tight suit ass marching back up there to that courthouse. All right, DG is here. And I know DG know what she's talking about. DG said the family court tries to make sure to exhaust all remedies to keep parents involved in their children's lives before terminating their parental rights. Their goal is first unification. Yeah, we know. Baby, enough is enough, though. You hear me? Enough is enough. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4.5. So a total of 9 days a month for Martell Holt. Thank you, August 7th, for the breakdown. A total of 9 days a month. If he gets them Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Is that total 8 days or 9? Child, anyway, he ain't getting 30 and 31, okay? Normal Fit said he really won to me. Simply said, I'm looking at it now. He gets them every Thursday until Friday. He gets to keep them until Monday every other week. Every Thursday? Wait a minute. Now, y'all flipping the script. Thank you, Tyra. I deserve. For everybody else that's looking, feel free to hit that super chat, cash app, child. But let me properly thank Tyra. I deserve, sis. Let me get this off the screen so everybody could see this correctly. Oh, Mama D, child. Hold on, Tyra. Okay, I'm confused. Simply stay right there. Where's I deserve?
I deserve to be. I deserve. I deserve.
I deserve. Thank you, Tyra, my cutie mod. All right, let me go back to Simply. Where is Simply's comment? Hey, Sammy. How are you, little sis? I hope if he go to court, the judge says F it and give Mel full custody. Yeah, look, I know the judge is sick of his ass. Do you hear me? Okay, Simply said, DG, I'm looking at it right now. He gets them every Thursday until Friday. He gets to keep them until Monday every other weekend. So Simply, you're saying even the week that I thought would be Mel's full week, in that week, he gets them? Is that what you're saying? You say every Thursday. Let me know, child. Love you too, Tyra. I don't think Thursdays is overnight. It's a couple of hours. That's what I heard. But you guys over here in this chat is telling me different. I heard that it's from 3 to 8 or something like that. Hey, Linda Gamble. All right, DG said once an order is in place, it takes a substantial change in circumstances to modify it. And in the order, the judge apparently found the modification in the children's best interest. All right, and look, I cannot, DG ain't gonna say what you do if folks don't know. DG know what she talking about. That's all I'm gonna say. DG know what she talking about. All right. There doesn't appear to be any overnight on Thursday. That's only a few hours. Okay, that's what I thought too. That's all. Well, anyway, kudos going up to Mel. Yeah, she did have to pay the GAL, as they say now. I'll break it down. It was $1,500 if I'm not mistaken. Right. How come he gets to appear on a reality TV show, get paid for that? That's why, sis, I agree with you that judge is lenient. He could have paid for that. When it comes to any and everything else that those kids have that's of substance, clothing, shoes, and nothing cheap that him and the bird went and purchased for them before. Mel already spent big bank on them babies. You know what I mean? So yeah, he could have paid for that. All right, we're not gonna argue about the Thursday. Somebody DM me, and I'll correct it. But that's what I thought. I wasn't even aware of the Thursday. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought I read somewhere where not read, but when I was listening on the weekends that the children are with Martell. If Mel wants to see those kids, she's able to see those kids from 3 to 8 p.m. on a Saturday. On the weekends that Mel have the kids, Martell, if he wanted to, would be able to see those kids. Somebody just DM me. Let me see if there's something. If he wanted to see those kids, he could see them on Saturday. So I know I'm probably wrong. But obviously something is crossed up because you guys aren't saying the same thing. Let me check the DM. Let's see. Is this my Simply? Who is this? All right. I'm going to read it from the doc. Child, send me the full doc. It says weekdays. This is let me get them up off my damn screen. I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't even let me get them up off of here. See, this too much. This is too much. Every Thursday of each week or another day as mutually agreed by the parties from 3 p.m. until 8 p.m. the next morning. Oh, no. Sorry. Oh, hell no. This is confusing. This changes everything. Let me start over. Every Thursday of each week or another day as mutually agreed by the parties from 3 p.m. until 8 a.m. the next morning, when the non-custodial parent shall take the children to school or daycare or return to the other parent as the case may be. Okay. Hold on, guys. Custodial parent. Second and fourth weekends of each month. Let me just bring this up. Hold on. Hold on. And then we're gonna get to our hot topics, child. And we got some hot ones. Let me bring this up. Can I download it though? Shoot. Hold on, guys. Oh, that sucks. All right, hold on. Let me email this to myself. Let me download it from my phone. So we'll go over this together and then we will move on. Let's see. Hold on. Give me 30 seconds. That way we can read this together. DG, don't go anywhere, sis. Don't go anywhere. Just in case I need you to break down anything. Oh, Bridget J. Thank you so much, sis. Wow. Thank you for the cash app. Thank you, Bridget J. Say, I deserve. Hold on. Let me see. Thank you, Bridget J.
I deserve to be. I deserve.
Thanks, sis. Okay, guys, I have it downloaded. I'm about to open it up and then I'm about to share it with you guys. Okay. We'll go over this and then we are going to move on. Good thing is I don't have to rush. So shout out to you guys that are here. 272 of you. Thank you for joining me. Also hit the like button. Shout out to the replay gang yang as well. Okay. You guys can see it. Let me drop down here. All right. I'm going to blow this up. We're going to read this whole page together. All right. And Simply, was that you, sis? I believe so. Yes, that was my Simply. Thank you, Simply. Okay. So you guys see it says 3 p.m. on Friday until 8 a.m. on the following Monday when the non-custodial parent shall take the children to school or daycare or return the children to the other parent as the case may be. Fifth weekend, first, third, and fifth weekend of each calendar year from 3 p.m. on Friday until 8 a.m. on the following Monday. The non-custodial, that's Martell, when the non-custodial parent shall take the children to school or daycare or return the children to the other parent as the case may be. Custodial parent. So that's Mel. She gets the second and fourth weekends of each month from 3 p.m. on Friday until 8 a.m. on the following Monday. Now, I got to stop right there. Does that mean that he has them through the week? DG, are you here? I'm going to read that part again. Hey, Souljah. Why would they say, oh, maybe it's just for that. No. Am I reading this correctly? Okay, DG. I'm going to read this part again. Tell me what this means, because to me, I don't understand why they saying that Mel'S will end 8 a.m. on the following Monday. All right, I'll start over. Custodial parent, Mel, second and fourth weekends of each month from 3 p.m. on Friday until 8 a.m. on the following Monday. On the following Monday? Okay, if so, that sort of makes sense. I don't know, child. Anyway, let me finish. When the custodial parent shall take the children to school or daycare or return the children to the other parent, as the case may be. Fifth weekend, the second, fourth, fifth weekend of each calendar year from 3 p.m. on Friday until on the following Monday, when the custodial parent shall take the children to school or daycare. The first Friday of a new month is deemed by this court to be the first weekend of that month in the event that an other holiday listed below falls on the following Monday, and it is the visiting parents' year to exercise such holiday as provided. Who sent me this? Simply, is this the actual? Let me look at this. Is this the actual court doc? Or is this something that's like a standardized form? Gonna have to let me know. Everything is alleged. Everything is alleged. But anyway, here is where it says the weekdays, every Thursday of each week or another day is mutually agreed by the parties from 3 to 8 the next morning, when the non-custodial parent shall take the children to school or daycare or return to the other parent. Child, that ain't what I wanted. I mean, you know, I love me some You Simply. Child, I wanted the court docs, not the standardized Alabama forms, child. And I don't have to send myself this because I'm about to move on. But let me see if I could find it. I think it was before this. All right, I have it in front of me. Okay. Now this still alleged, and we still gonna move on after this. But this is, I believe, allegedly from the actual court docs that I'm gonna read to you guys, okay? And it says non-custodial parent has the first and third weekends of each month from 3 p.m. on Friday until 8 a.m. on the following Monday, when the non-custodial parent shall take the children to school or daycare. Then they have the fifth weekend. So this says Friday, not Thursday. Let me read this. Hold on. Child, let me move on because I don't know what's going on. So even when it comes to these screenshots that I have, I'm trying to see if there's a case number. All right. Anyway, I'm sure we know as much as probably we should know. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking down at this just to see if I could find what I'm looking for. So even in these alleged documents, it said that the special reference is made to provisions said standard parenting clauses. All right. I'll revisit this. Let me try to get my ducks in a row. But it's still a win. You know what I mean? When it comes to if allegedly everything that I heard is the case, because that means that it's not that 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week on, 1 week off. It is basically almost 2 weeks, like 12 days with Mel. You know, we'll see. Because now I'm thrown off, child. Now I'm thrown off. So yeah, my apologies. I will try to what normal fit say? That's what I thought, Indigo Girl. And that's how I started off. Normal fit. Now I see you. I don't know if you was gifted a membership. You know, I will say this though. I can stand losing a member and a subscriber. What I received was not the court doc. The person that sent it to me said that in the chat. But when you say, oh my OMG, what's wrong with y'all? Pipe down, okay? So I'm going to let you stay for now. But pipe down. Because I could say, OMG, what's wrong with you? Because the person who sent it to me said that it is a standard form. Now, I'm going to put it up on the screen just to show you. And then I am going to say to you, OMG, what is wrong with you? Because the person said that's just the standard. Okay? So calm down, sis. Calm down. Sis or bro or whatever you are. Just calm down, okay? Ooh, child. Are you a court reporter, Normal Fit? Let me know. Do you work down there at the Madison County Courthouse? You seem to have all the facts. You want me to drop my link so you can come up and inform us? Let me know. Hey, Danya. Because if so, I will. I didn't want standard. I wanted the original. Rapids running. I wanted the original. Okay. Anyway. All right, Normal. Child, you probably got to clock in down there at the courthouse tomorrow, child. But welcome. Stay with us. Yeah, chill out. Now you got my Cutie Crew sisters ready to get all fired up. Did you buy your membership or were you gifted one? Let me know that real quickly. Tara, don't give no more memberships for anybody. Let folks organically. Y'all don't go back and forth with a normal fit, child. Well, that's how I started off, Tiff. That's how I started off. Shelly White ready to get y'all. Oh, child. Shelly White is ready to get on. What's her name? What's her name, child? No Normal. What is it? Go on, do it on Debbie. Go on. Well, hold on. Let me do something else. Because if no name, don't do anything, mods. If no name was an actual Cutie Crew member or a cutie for quite some time, no name, is that her name, child? On Normal Fit. Normal Fit will know how we get down over here. And one thing, is that her name, One thing that we do is respect each other. We don't say, oh my God, what's wrong with y'all? I ain't about to guess no more, sis, because I'm about to block your ass. You say I brought it, no need to be guessing. Well, guess what? You won't have it anymore, child. You gone. All right? Because one thing you're not going to do over here, no name, is disrespect the chat. And another thing, no name. Thank you for that $5.99, $6.99. Whatever it was that you brought, I appreciate you. You won't have to pay next month because you blocked, okay? She gone, sis. Everybody, she gone. Let's go ahead and get into these hot topics. She gone. She gotta punch in tomorrow down there at the Madison County Courthouse. Chat. She probably security. Let's be clear. Everybody, normal fit is gone. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been saying the wrong name. She gone, y'all. She gone. I blocked her. So y'all ain't even gotta don't even add her no more because she ain't gonna see it. Well, she probably can see it, but she can't drop back down and comment. Right, Mrs. Boss Chick? Did I get her? Let me make sure I got her. All right, we about to get into oh shoot. Let me make sure I blocked you, child. Yep, it's a unhacked user on this channel. Nope. Try again, no name. I mean, whatever the fuck. Teresa say bad abnormal. See, y'all messy. Let's go ahead and get into these hot topics, child. Normal fit, baby. Ooh, child. I'ma say for me, no weapons formed, child. No weapons formed. I've been trying to turn over a new leaf, child, and I just keep getting tested and tested. You hear me? But we good. We good. Let's go ahead and get into this, guys. We're gonna start off with your Marvin Winans story. You guys remember a couple months ago, we had wow. Brittany Janae, I didn't even mean to click on that that fast. My cutie crew sister said because she deserved to be blocked.
I deserve to be. I deserve.
Yes, she did deserve it, and she got it. Thank you, Brittany Janae. Thank you, sis. All right. But you guys know a couple months ago, we had old Marvin Sapp saying, close the doors. Close the doors. He didn't want nobody to leave the church without giving their proper donation. Child. Hold on. Hold on, guys. But anyway, close the doors with Marvin Sapp and another Marvin. This is why folks, a lot of folks, just not seeing it for these mega churches and for some people, church, period. And this was very disrespectful. And I don't care what it was. And we're going to take a look at this. I want you all's thoughts on this. Shout out to the Shade Room. Go ahead and take a look. This hurt me. It really did.
I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of Perfected Church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000,
baby, the way I would have, what I do? The way I would have snatched that there envelope. The way I would have snatched that envelope right out his damn hands. You turning down. Well, I'm sure he didn't turn it down because she didn't leave with it. How did this happen? Hold on. I'll play it again for you guys. But as soon as he said that, that's not what I asked y'all. So he wanted 1,000 plus 1,000. She gave what she had, which was 1,000 plus an additional $235. And I'm going to play what he said again. This is horrible.
I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of Perfected Church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000,
Okay. I want to work on the other 800.
well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
I, Roberta McCoy.
What are your thoughts? Give me your thoughts, cuties. Disrespectful. As I stated, I would have snatched that envelope, and sir, you won't see me again to even get a chance to get another dollar. What hurt me though is the little boy standing next to, I believe maybe his mom or grandma, not sure. He went up there. He was so happy with that envelope in his hand, rocking from side to side. And as soon as that man said, "That's not what I asked," hey Yazzie, watch how he stopped. I'm gonna play it one more time and then we're gonna move on. Hey Cricket. Hey Cricket.
And faith and stand in unity with the vision of Perfected Church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235.
You guys see how he rocking, just as happy,
and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yeah. Okay, stop.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying.
Look, it's too much. These pastors are out, a lot of them. I'm not saying all, out of pocket. Out of pocket. And you know, I can't tell folks who they go to get their worship on, you know, where they go to get their worship on and all of that. But I could tell you, if I were a member, that probably would have been the last Sunday. You know what I mean? Most times churches that have these stipulations and strict tithing rules and this or that, most times their congregation is inner city folk that's barely scraping by, but they believe in the Lord. And they want to go down there and honor the pastor's word and all of that. That lady probably didn't, probably skipped out on paying a couple bills or something to do that. And you're going to embarrass her like that in front of the church. You're not going to just receive what she felt. I wouldn't have gave a damn if it was $1. If what was it? She had $1,235. I wouldn't have cared if it was $12.35. You don't do that. Crazy. Let's be clear, said that's the first thing I noticed. He crushed that little boy's spirit. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Okay. Let me see what else you guys are saying. I see it says, where in the Bible is this? Because no. Facts. Angela Richardson said, out of control. Peace, love, and light said, baby, I would have snatched all my money back. April said, if I were behind her in line, I would have excused myself. Yes, way too much. Way too much. Cricket said, I would have too, taken my check back too and walked out. Yeah, I have to find me another place to worship. You know what I mean? Heartbreaking. And like I said, and what Let's Be Clear noticed as well, the little boy was just a cheerful giver. You know what I'm saying? And that man stood there and crushed him. Crushed him. I don't want to hear a damn thing of what they saying now. Old Fred Hammond then came out. I could care less what he's saying. I'll read it to you guys. I don't even think I'm going to put it up on the screen. Fred Hammond, I don't care about further context in the video and all of that. The only thing that I care about is what we witnessed. So another pastor, Fred Hammond, came out. Is Fred Hammond a pastor? Or is he just a gospel singer? I believe just a gospel singer. But anyway, I'll show you guys what he had to say, but I'm not going to listen or look at a longer video from Marvin Winans. It's hard for me to even call some of these pastors, okay? But Fred Hammond said, I'll just sit this here. Here's the full context. I wonder if those who cut it up will play this version. I wonder who cut it up in the first place and what was the motive. But I'm going to put it out here for those who want to see the full truth. Organizations raise money all the time. There's nothing wrong with the church taking care of its own. Even though he condemned me to hell for being an honorary PBS, he's still my mentor and I can protect him with putting the whole thing out for the truth. I'm still going to do it. The church is not perfect, but overall it's still mine. Those of you that don't mind, like and share. Yeah, that's all you wanted, is to like and share. I put over there, if she donated $2, he should have been grateful. That's it. This person said there's absolute. Let's look at the context, child. Let's see if this make a difference for any of you guys.
Do this a couple of ways. Those that have the 1,000 plus one, that means you're coming with your 1,000 that you're giving, plus you've asked someone else to give. Now you don't have to stop at 1,000, and we're going to deal.
I ain't listening to this mess. Why is it 1,000? Why isn't it 100? I'm not listening to it. I don't care. He was bogus, period, point blank. Okay, I'm not changing my mind. He got to pay one of them car notes. Churches are tax exempt and get special prices on utilities. I went to a church for 17 years and the light bill was always $410 a month for 10 years. Yeah. Baby, look. Aunt Debbie says, see, that's why I don't go to church. He wouldn't have gotten a nickel from me. Yeah, and it's not all churches. We know that. You know what I'm saying? But I get it, Aunt Debbie. I get it. They make it hard. They make it hard. Have a personal relationship with the Lord, okay? Sis said, I saw somewhere that they announced the actual lines for folks to get into with the suggested dollar amounts. However, he should have never spoken to that lady like she was a kid. I don't care about no lines. I don't care about nothing, because that was him embarrassing her, period, in front of everybody. And if she, and you know, I get what you're saying, sis, but if she walked up there with a cheerful heart, giving $1,235 that she could have used on her own car note, that she could have used on her own mortgage or utility bills or whatever, it was still wrong. He sunned her in front of that whole church, you know? That's it. Talking money instead of a scripture. Facts. Yazzie, that's it. That's all, sis. In this economy, asking for a dollar amount is diabolical. And it is. And it truly, truly is. So, yeah, he gets nothing from me at all. You know what I mean? Shout out to BB and CC. Love me some, you know, they're singing and all of that. But Linda Gamble, I be at Bedside Baptist too, child. And if they say something I don't like, I'm going on to the next one. Miss Lady said, I'm sorry, Lord, but she should have snatched her checks out of his hand. Yes, she should have. He could have just told her she was in the wrong line. Yeah, his tone was very disrespectful, demeaning, and everything else. And that would have been my last Sunday at that church. So please believe, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not psychic, but please believe this coming Sunday, he going to have her right up there in that pulpit as an apology. Now, sister, can you tell the ladies my instructions that I told you? And you know, I know maybe I shouldn't have said it like that, but you know that the instructions, well, I don't want to hear none of that. None of it. Yeah, no. God ain't in none of that. That's enough to end it on that, sis. I agree. I agree. And it's sad because every other week we got one of them showing out. And as always, the big time ones. Well, not always, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna give you guys this story and then I'm gonna give you the update. But yesterday it was announced that Chump was reportedly considering commuting Diddy's 50-month sentence as early as this week. And that was according to the White House by way of TMZ. So it's going around that Diddy would have been out most likely tomorrow that, he was going to go ahead and commute that sentence. Trump has since, the White House have since come out and said that they reject these reports that he is considering commuting Diddy's sentence. But TMZ said they stand by their story. So shout out to the Jasmine brand. I'll read you guys the caption. Trump's administration has denied a TMZ report claiming the president, I hate even saying that, is considering commuting Sean Diddy Combs' prison sentence. The denial follows the publication's citation of a high-level White House official who allegedly said clemency was being waived for Diddy. Down here at the bottom, it says, while the White House has denied the claims, TMZ is standing by its story, updating the article with the White House Communications Office is saying our story is not true. However, we stand by our story. Our story is accurate. And I believe it's accurate. I just believe that Trump didn't want it out here the way that it came out here. But everybody know what's going on with the country, the no kings and all of this stuff that's going on. And and look, if they double down on it out there, then absolutely they got a recording of the person and everything else that said that. And they say that it is a high level person in the White House Communications Office. And I believe it. He's gonna have to come up with some more money so he can finish his the $250 million ballroom. Those be the main members that give when the church fall on hard times. The church acts like they don't have the money to give them in their time of need. I agree. SKR said Diddy probably got a tape on Dump Trump. Ooh, child, not with the popsicle out. Yeah, that's what it's all about to me too, Peggy. Now look, if they really come on out and release those files, he's absolutely going to release Diddy so they could take over the airwaves. You know what I mean? But I believe it. It may not be this week now, but I do think that it's coming. I do. And time shall tell. Time shall tell. All right, let's go ahead to our next story. This may shock you guys. I'm going to say this first before I even play it. Although I did not agree with his delivery, I'm talking about Souljah Boy, I do think that it was reckless for Kandi to allow that man to get on her show and say what he did without proof. So the man that I'm talking about is called CEO Charlie Rocket. He sat down on Kandi Speak on it. Hold on. Let me mute this and go to what he had to say first. And then we'll go back to Souljah Boy. But if you guys are familiar with this, put a 1 in the chat. If you believe that, that was a little, Kandi probably should have reeled him in. Or if you think that you believe it, put a 2 in the chat. Let's go ahead and take a look at and listen at what this guy had to say.
For my per diem, which I wasn't getting, but because I wanted to be a boss. So I'm not going to beg for it. I don't want to act like I'm struggling. Right. And then I'm also not going to call home to my mom because I don't want her to think something's wrong on the road. Right. So it's like at that time, it'd be like, you would have to send me a Western Union. Right. So I'm in Vegas and I haven't eaten in 3 days. And it's a very dark time because I'm not treated properly. And so,
I don't know. He just looked like he lying. Oh, you can't stand Kandi, Angela Richardson. Let's continue.
Souljah Boy called me to his room. We're staying at the Bellagio. And he wanted to make a really viral video. And he said, come to my room. I'm about to order some rooms. Because at this particular time in Las Vegas, I had actually not eaten in 3 days.
Why?
Ooh. I was in this tough place in life where I didn't want to beg for my paycheck or my per diem, which I was, and he ordered $1,000 worth of room service. And when he was done, there was so much food left over. I was excited. I said, I saw some chicken fingers, and I was like, can I get those? Because I'm hungry. I'm really, really hungry. And he said, yeah, have whatever you want. And then he got up and he spat on the food. And he ordered $1,000 worth.
So he said that he was really, really hungry. And Souljah Boy had ordered get away from that plant. Clo. No. Souljah Boy had ordered $1,000 worth of room service, and he wanted them chicken fingers, child. And he asked him, could he have it? And Souljah Boy said, yeah. And then Souljah Boy spit on the food. I don't believe his story. And even when I saw the story before Souljah Boy even responded, I just did not believe him. You know what I'm saying? And I think Kandi should have edited that out because she didn't have proof. And that is something that's very disgusting and damaging. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Souljah Boy had to say.
Kandi, internet talking about I spent his motherfucking food in 2007. It's 2025. Why the fuck is you speaking on my name from motherfucking 2007? Ain't nobody never spent your motherfucking food, you ass white. You was a bitch. You fat piece of shit. You was a...
Oh, child.
Somebody tag this motherfucking white CEO Charlie. And somebody tag this bitch Kandi too.
Oh, child.
Bitch, why you got this fat ass on your platform talking? I'm finna sue the fuck out you and his wife. I'm about to sue the fuck out Kandi. Somebody tag Kandi and somebody tag this fat ass boy. You on the motherfucking internet talking about I spent your food. You was a bitch. Yes. Who the fuck on the road with somebody and don't eat for 3 days?
I agree with that.
And Kandi internet talking about
I ain't gotta play no more. You guys get the gist. Did anybody, girl, she over there trying to looking at my plants like she know what she doing. Did anybody believe the guy? Let me start there. Oh, really, Yazzie? I didn't believe the guy's story, and like I said, I'm not gonna say, look, Kandi is a boss. Let me put it that way. So it's not like I dislike her, but sometimes to me there is some pandering per se when it comes to a couple folks. And yeah, that was reckless in my opinion. Souljah Boy used some choice words. Kandi said, "Come on and pull up. Let's speak on it." But I was looking for Todd to come out here and check. Is Shorten here? Hey, Shorten. Okay, thoughts. Yeah, and he ain't look like he's missing no meal. But right here, just that look like he lying. Look like he lying. Angela said can't stand her, and he do sound like he's lying. Yes. So what do you guys think? Now, Souljah Boy say he gonna sue the shiznit out of Kandi. Kandi got the coins now. So I don't know how that's gonna work out for him. She can match him. You know how he say bar for bar. She can match him dollar for dollar. That's for sure. But I don't blame him. Yes, he is vulgar in his response. Who put that in the comments? Yazzie. I agree. However, I can't tell you how prim and proper I would be if somebody came out here and said on a public platform that I spit in their food, and it appeared to me that the guy didn't even eat the damn food. So if you didn't eat it, what you talking about it for? Because he said he visibly saw him spit on the food. So I guess he was just trying to, if this is true, make Souljah Boy feel bad because he was so hungry. Why was your ass hungry? You was working. Really? A lot of you guys are not fans of Kandi Burris, huh? Gigi said I'd be ticked off as well. I'm just saying that Mr. Man is lying. Okay. All right, you're a whole big old grown man, and you sat around and chose to not eat for 3 days. And back in the day, like around the time that he's talking, Vegas was Vegasing. You can walk anywhere and get full off a $20 buffet. So I didn't believe him when he first told the story, and I just got an issue with some of the others, like him or not, vulgar or not, or whatever. He's still, I'm patting on the color of my hand. And yeah, I just don't like that. I just don't like that at all. All right, 236 likes, 270 in the chat. Why would a grown man, working man, go 3 days without eating food? Kandi can keep these clear folks a platform. I'm disappointed. The lies. Okay, I feel better. Right. Thank you, Gigi. 2007. That's almost 20 years ago. And I promise you, like I said, you can eat anywhere at a very reasonable cost in Las Vegas. Why are you telling this story now? And why did you feel so comfortable telling it to Kandi? It's my question. Ham Salmon said, ooh, child. Ham Salmon said, I can't stand Kandi vibrating single voice either. It's horrible. I don't believe the man, and Kandi is wrong. Althea said, I don't like Souljah Boy. He's a known. Oh, let me take that off the screen. Allegedly and vulgar. He may have done it. Well, see, we can't go by a may, though. That's the only thing that we're saying. I agree with you. I've heard some things about him, but for the sake of this story, I believe Souljah Boy, But we're going to keep it moving. Shout out to Bridget J. I believe it was SKR when we were watching the Braxtons last Friday last Friday over there on Patreon. It was one of you guys or both that said that Michael Sr. absolutely cheated on Miss Evelyn with a friend and a fellow church member. I'm going to play you guys this because with Tamar promoting this, I believe it. But Tamar has been on a roll all day promoting TikTok videos that's basically blasting her family, especially Tawanda. And before I even get to that, let me do something real quick. I want to read you guys what she had to say about Gabe. All right. Let me remove this comment. So she said, no shade to nobody, but if I knew what all I know now, I would have aired Gabe's ass out like I would have normally. But all this was kept from me till Ashley spoke out so that I wouldn't. I'm pissed that I didn't get that opportunity. This season has made me ridiculously traumatized and triggered. So fair warning. If I become more provoked, I'm going to get to the other conversation. But I'm going to stop here for now. This is why I was scared and didn't want to promote because I don't want to say nothing. But family secrets is real and it will F you and your life up. It did for me. So that's letting me know Tamar hasn't told something that happened to her. But she goes on to say, and now that I am healed and healing, I can't help but to help other people who grew up like me. Enough is enough. At some point, you have to do the right thing and show up for your younger self and other people who are hurting from other people's bullish. So watch the damn show and please try and fix y'all effed up families like I'm trying to do. I still love them though. That's what Tamar had to say. So if you guys don't know, before I play this video, allegedly something happened with Gabe and Tamar's brother's Michael's daughter, Ashley. We don't know if it was actual SAT touching, something inappropriate happened. We thought we was going to see a clip of that on the show last Friday. We didn't. All right. But let's go ahead and take a look at what Tamar started off promoting last night. We'll look at a couple of these and then we will continue to move on. Sammy said Tamar's song My Man was about her dad cheating with her mom BFF. Okay, I'm gonna write that down, Sammy. I'm sure I've heard it, but definitely didn't pay attention to the lyrics. Thanks, little sis. All right, let's go ahead and play.
I don't know about that last part. Okay, so hold on. Let me get the first part. Okay, they did not like Tracy because she didn't dislike the father. Period. Okay, so let's not even say Tracy did not at one point dislike the father.
I'm pausing. Every clip that I'm about to show you guys is on Tamar Braxton's page, which means if she reposted these, she is absolutely in support of what's being said.
Because let's give Mr. Braxton his shit, because we tend to like give Evelyn Braxton her things off of the guys that she can't move on. He was the head pastor at their church, was having an affair with someone that was Evelyn's friend for 10 years. The church said, reveal the affair or step down. The nigga chose to step down. Whoop. Y'all get a divorce. They tried marriage counseling. Remember Evelyn said what she said, he laid low, he spent a ride. He said, you cried at the counseling and said you didn't want to let the woman go. Crying at a counseling session in front of your wife that you don't want to let your mistress go, that's also her friend.
Baby.
Then Evelyn divorces him and you married this bitch 30 days. 30 days.
Married the chick 30 days after they got a divorce.
Just in Christ. And so I feel like because Tracy was still in Maryland, everybody else went up to Hollywood. Tracy has a family. Tracy wants her family to be a part of. She wants her child to have a relationship with her grandfather. And Michael Braxton made it very, very clear, if you don't accept my wife and my decision, you don't have me in your life, which is disgusting. And it is the biggest root of all of those women problems. And so I do feel like because she was able to forgive for her purposes, because she was able to have a family first. So Tracy at 19, 20 had to think as a mother first. I want my child to have a grandfather. Everybody else had to think singularly as women, just by themselves without having a family. And so I do feel like not because Tracy didn't.
Okay, you guys get the gist of this. Basically, she is talking about how it appeared that Tracy was the only one that was the closest to the dad. And that's because Tracy did get pregnant when the group was just discovered. All the other girls were in Hollywood. Tracy stayed back to raise her child, and she was close to the dad because that's where he lived. Okay, but we're going to get into some more because that's not it. Now, I will say this. We know Tamar for being a drama queen. Before I get to that, though, DG, thank you so much. Hold on, guys. Thank you for the cash app. I deserve, child. Thank you.
I deserve to be.
I deserve. But we know Tamar to be the youngest. We know Tamar to be a drama queen and all of that. But based off of what we've watched so far this season, Tawanda especially is using Tamar as a scapegoat. So it was alleged that she asked Tamar to be her maid of honor. After she asked her that, she didn't call or do anything, give her instructions on what she needed from her or anything. And yeah, I think that she did that purposely because she know that Tamar is the type that's going to just blow up, and what better way for us to catch that right on tape. Basically, he had two families. SKR said he wasn't in love with Evelyn. He got her pregnant and married her out of obligation. Allegedly, he was truly in love with that Wanda lady. Well, he had to be child married her 30 days later. But I ain't gonna say he got her pregnant because he could have got her pregnant once, but they had about 5, 6 children. So something. He was there for some reason. I ain't giving Wanda all of that with her trifling behind. Anyway, let's look at this next video that Tamar shared. Thank you guys for being here. Hit the like button for me.
Now, the gag is, some of y'all refuse to accept this, but the issue between the Braxton sisters existed long before any of you all knew who they were outside of Toni Braxton. Their issue started long before the Braxton Family Values, long before they were ever on television, long before any of you all were able to interject your opinions on who you think the real villain is, and woot to woot to woot. Their issues stemmed way back from when Toni first got discovered, and then the girls went off to go do their own thing, okay? They have real family issues. The problem is that for some reason, you guys won't accept the fact that Tamar Braxton has been very consistent with who she is and how she presents herself. Now, whether you consider that problematic or not, that's neither here nor there. She has been very consistent, okay? Yes, with how she puts herself out there to the world. This is whether she was on the Braxton Family Values. This is whether she was on the Braxtons. This is whether she was on any of her spinoff shows. When she was on The Real, she has always been the exact same person. So her behavior is not just limited to her sisters. It is who she is. This over-the-top animated person, even her sisters have admitted that she's been like that since she was a young child. The problem is that Tawanda Braxton is actually the doll that y'all are trying to paint Tamar Braxton out to be. And I know that might be a hard pill for some of y'all to swallow, but let me tell you something. The longer that milk dud keeps getting on that TV screen and keeps trying to play the victim, the more them producers are going to keep calling her ass out left and right. Why? Because Tamar Braxton has a much bigger hand in how this show is being produced, which she did not have when the Braxton Family Values was going on. She didn't have nearly as much control, meaning she's not able to make sure that the truth is being told and shown so that it doesn't look like she's making up lies, which is the reason why y'all just witnessed Tawanda get caught up in that damn lie about her trying to make it seem as if Tamar Braxton did not want to attend her wedding. Now, if you watch the show, you can clearly see that Tawanda is full of shit, unfortunately. She don't like her sister. And baby, that is okay for you to admit. There are a lot of people in this world that have family members that they don't like. The problem is that you keep trying to act as if you do like her, that you do love her, that you do want support from her, when your actions keep showing otherwise.
All right, y'all heard him. I just want to comb his beard, child. I just want to comb his beard, put a little relaxer or something on there. Look a little rough. But I believe that. I believe it. Tawanda has always been the quiet, sneaky type, if you know what I mean. Darnett said, whatever happened to Tamar in the accident, child? I don't know, child. We're going to look at a couple more, not all. I can't play this one. I'm not going to play this one. That's from the show. Let's take a look at this one. And then this is going to be it. I think I watched this one. Oh, child, she got a lot of them. Let's see what this one says.
And it really showed when Trina was proposed to at her birthday party, and Tamar showed her whole ass. Everybody's like, why would you propose to my sister at my birthday party?
I remember that.
I don't know how nobody slice that or dice that. You don't do that shit. It's my birthday. It's my day. It's my birthday party, bitch. It's about me. It's not about your engagement. And everybody was like, she didn't need to act like that. Why would she act like that? She's grown. Why do you think it's appropriate to propose to someone at their sister's birthday party?
All right, we got that one. I'm not going to finish it all. Let's see what this guy's saying real quick. And then we got some more juicy ones. You guys stay with me.
Families be having the opportunity to fix shit right in front of their face, and they throw it away based, like, their pride just makes them throw all the opportunities to make shit right with each other away, and it aggravates me so. And I'm speaking heavily about it because it's going on in my family right now. Like, the generation that's in front of mine, just everybody's acting weird, but I'm not gonna get too far into that. Trina, you're right. Gabe isn't here to defend himself, but what would he be defending himself from when you experienced the same monster that your niece has? You experienced the same monster that both of your sons experienced. Both of your sons don't like your ex-husband. What the fuck are you defending at this point? What are you holding on to? I would love it to be made clear. It couldn't be this much love in the world where it transcends into this man's death. Like you have such a big opportunity to walk your niece through something traumatic, and you cut her off. As a matter of fact, you said on the show that my phone was on. She could have called me. She couldn't have because the niece said herself, you stopped talking to her because you thought she messed with Gabe. We didn't even know it was Gabe until you said something. You stopped talking to her, according to the niece. You have such a grand opportunity to fix something so broken, and your pride and your ego would not let you go.
All right, I'm not going to play all of his, but if you guys remember last week, we discussed Trina coming out here saying, Gabe is no longer here to defend himself. And a lot of people had problems with what she said. I did, because, what about your niece and what she's currently saying? So Trina let me know then whose side she was on. Hey, God's Grace. Yep, and Tawanda getting married on what day? I'll give you a couple guesses. I don't know, child. But anyway, Tamar is using, look, me and Gia both had problems with that beard, child. But anyway, she's using the TikTok videos to come out and say basically what she wants to say. This is the last one I'm going to play because I didn't see this one. Let's take a look.
Let me tell y'all something right here, right now, real quick, real fast. Y'all do not get it when it comes to the Braxtons. First of all, the Braxtons are legacy, first of all, because lots of talent in that family. I don't know about any of the drama. But second off, all these years, y'all been seeing them get into it. Like most families, like all families do. We like them all. But we also saw the drama and people started to pick sides. And because Tamar had become famous in a way that Tony is the legend, but Tamar started to build her own career, her own fame. Whether it's her ex-husband or not, it don't matter, baby. Tamar has vocals. Tamar has personality. Tamar is funny. Tamar can dress. Tamar knows who she is. For all these years, everybody made it like, oh, Tamar problem. No, she's just who she is. And people don't like somebody that's confident. People don't like somebody that can drop down to the bottom and bounce right back up. Like when Birdman came in the picture and Tamar was like, spin the bag and get it right back. She always supported her sisters. But I don't know that I have seen them support her in the same way. I'm going to call real like it is. Tamar ain't everybody's cup of tea. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Bottom line, people hate on Tamar. This season is different, and it's different for a reason because we are seeing the truth. It was fun before to make it seem like Tamar is this, Tamar is that. Tony and Tamar was my favorites always. You can't even tell me nothing bad about Tony.
Okay, girl, we get the gist. And look, I agree with her with a lot of things that she said. Tamar has absolutely had her own success. You know what I mean? Out of the 5 sisters, May Tracy, rest in peace, it was Toni Braxton and Tamar Braxton. Tawanda tried to get into acting and all of that. And, they were the background girls. And I have not really seen them support Tamar. Is Tamar a lot? Yeah. Is she a lot? But sometimes folks be a lot because they ain't got no other choice but to be a lot. Now I don't agree, and I'm still standing on. I don't believe that story. So, Patrona Cuties, we got a dilemma. I put up a post over there. Are we going to be watching this on Fridays? Continues. You guys go to Patreon. Make sure if you haven't voted over there to vote. Let me know, and then we shall see. 5 days after Tamar's birthday, it was just meaning she can do to not be present. Now her excuse will be it's her anniversary, and she won't be around. Oh, talking about Tawanda. Good point. Good point. Tamar been that girl and better singer too. Tony has her own problems, spending problems, that is. Yeah, so look, I don't blame her. I don't blame her for the reposting of these videos. And so far, everything that I've watched, I can agree with. Facts. You know what I'm saying? What the young man said as far as families having issues, I can say that everybody most likely got some issues in your family. For me, no, I'm not doing that anymore. So if I'm choosing my peace over the family drama, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I have done. You know, I'm not going to get into too many details. The Cutie crew know a little bit. And love my family, each and every person. But that don't mean that I have to be involved where it's affecting me and all of that. I promise you, it is mute. Look, it's mute, okay? So yeah, just because it's family, that don't mean that you have to say, well, this is my family and I'm just going to continue on with all these traumatic experiences. No, you better free yourself. Okay. Last comment. I think that the Braxton Show will have some slow episodes, but it may offer some good topics to break apart and discuss. Yeah, the vote is that or that other show. So just check it out, SKR. It's over there. All right, we're going to continue. We're going to move on to Bravo. We're going to move on to some Bravo topics, child. And I don't know about you guys, but do you smell trouble in paradise? Is there trouble in paradise? Just a little history. When Sweet Tea and Dr. G got together, she jumped down in his DMs with a baby emoji. Just take a listen. Take a look, take a listen, child.
Honestly, I've been taking a break from that. Honestly, after getting off the show, we have decided to just really focus on our marriage.
Simone, you got to use names, sis. The only people that know your nicknames are you. Who you talking about?
At first, I was kind of like,
I have no idea,
right away. But honestly, with all the drama and all that, I just think that it's important for,
because they all start with T. Let me know.
Us to establish a solid foundation. And of course, I do want kids. I definitely do want a family. I love my niece and nephew. That's something that I really want. But in order to have a baby, you gotta have a solid foundation. You got to.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Sweet Tea say the baby is now on the back burner because they have to have a solid foundation. Do we think that the foundation has been rocky? You know, for me, that's why it may be good to, not just drop down in the DMs and then you pick up and move and get, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking from experience, but my situation wasn't a new person. It was a reconnection. That's what it seems like. It seems like the foundation may be crumbling. Just look at her body language. Let's look at it again. Shout out to All About the Tea.
Gregory, I've been taking a break from that. Honestly, after getting off the show, we have decided to just really focus on our marriage. At first, I was kind of like, I was trying to do it right away. But honestly, with all the drama and all that, I just think that it's important for us to establish a solid foundation. And of course, I do want kids. I do want to.
All right, that's enough. Let's be clear. Said the same thing Quad said. He got issues. He got issues. So I don't know. When I first saw it, and especially her body language and all of that, it just appeared to me, like most marriages, don't get me wrong. Yeah, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Lady Sweetness said she isn't happy. SKR said, well, oh, my sweet tea. Now she beginning to understand. Oh, child, Aunt Debbie say, what foundation? Yeah. And that's what it is. It appears to me, Sherry M. She's tired of covering and pretending she's not happy in that marriage. So you're saying she's tired of covering and pretending to be happy. Oh, two different sentences. She's tired of covering and pretending she's not happy in their marriage. I agree. LaShawn said, I wonder if Sweet Tea knew of her health issues, knowing that she would have issues getting pregnant. To me, she got Gregory under false pretenses. Yes. Allegedly, April, he does have anger issues. Teresa said it never seemed real to me. Simone said he an angry little man. And yeah, look, we seen it in my Moses voice. How Dr. G operated with Quad. We saw him blow up at Sweet Tea when they went on that cash trip. So yeah, I agree. He does absolutely seem angry. And if you guys remember, he gave her 2 years. You guys remember that? It's been about 2 years that they've been married. So I could just see him. I don't want to say having the audacity, but I can see him throwing all of this up in her face. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see. Candlelit said exactly false pretense. Yep. And yeah, I don't know. Sweet Tea is what, in her like mid-30s or so. So, you know, look, it could be possible that she didn't know. I don't know if she suffers from, I forgot what she said because I believe she mentioned it on the show. Was it fibroids? She had to get fibroids removed, you know? But yeah, she dropped down. Anytime you drop down with a baby emoji, number one, he's a dummy ass because he fell for it. You got to be able to produce. So I just think that something ain't right, you know? Both came to the table with empty promises and a semi-false narrative about themselves. He has Napoleon syndrome. He wants Quad. Mrs. Boss Chick said facts. Let's be clear, said, remember he was going off on her and he was still Mike. She was trying to tell him to be quiet. Absolutely. Okay, that's what it was. Endometriosis. Yep. But yes, let's be clear, they were on that trip. And you know, he got pissed off because Quad was sitting there saying she want to have babies with King and all of that. And yeah, we watched it. So you guys know on Patreon, we'll be watching and discussing together. If you go to a gynae, you know. Yeah. That's what it seems like to me. Because she just did not seem, I didn't see a glimmer of love in her eyes, child. She looked tired. Oh, Teresa says Sweet Tea looks older than 30. Yeah, she looked drained in that little clip. So, you know, I'll go ahead and say prayers going up. But girl, if it's not right, get on up out that thing. That man twice your age. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Okay, we're going to touch on one last topic when it comes to Bravo. And then I want to show you guys this. The guy that was upset because he said that he's a single dad and parents will not let their kids go over to his home for a sleepover. All right. Hit the like button. 255 of you are still here. Shout out to the Night Owls. Kelly Farrell has hired Phaedra Parks to represent her in court after filing an emergency petition on her ex-husband, who objected to their kids filming. He's pulling a Martell. She says she was granted primary physical custody. It's in their best interest. So that dropped yesterday. And I was like, oh, Lord, Phaedra? You got Phaedra? And child, is Phaedra capable? Because the husband is suing Bravo for $200 million over defamation and abuse allegations. Mark Farrell claims that Kelly Farrell spread lies and fabricated a storyline on the show, accusing him of abuse and failing to repay money. And the producers aired the allegations knowing they were false. Now, I don't know if they knew it was false, you know, but he filed that filed those court documents. So it goes on to say that he and Kelly jointly applied for a $420,000 loan back in 2022 to build out a restaurant called Nana's Chicken and Waffles. He says Kelly spent a bunch of the loan money on her birthday and other unauthorized expenses, and then fabricated a story that Souljah stole the money from her. He says he repaid the loan, but she's still pressing forward with the false claim that he stole $420,000. According to Mark, cast members talked about him on the show, saying he's a criminal, an AB user, and a fraud. He claims the show's producers continue to broadcast the allegations despite knowing they were false. He also says that this has damaged his personal and professional reputation to the tune of $100 million. But that's not all. He also wants the court to dole out an additional 100 million, 100,000, 100 million, child, in punitive damages to send a message to the network, bringing the total to a whopping 200 million. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Doesn't want with resolution. She wants to keep me down because without that storyline, she loses her platform. And Bravo, your hands are not clean. You gave airtime to lies that you knew could not be sustained. You put my daughter on national TV without my permission. You did the storyline that destroyed my name from entertainment. This is defamation. It will not stand. So today, I inform the world I intend to sue every party that played a role in this part. Those who withheld my children, who stole my money, who illegally held my home proceeds, who ran hearings without jurisdiction, and abused their public offices, and who profited off lies. To my children, Chance, Chester, and Chester, hear me clearly. I love you. I have never left you. I have fought for you every day, in every courtroom, every filing, and every word I speak. No matter what you told, no matter what you've seen on TV, your father always loved you and always will. But the truth is, Kelly.
You guys believe him? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Lula said she must want to lose. Okay. Sherry M said the attorney, talking about Phaedra, who is famous for not winning any cases. Bridget J said Big Worm about to get paid, child. SKR said Phaedra ain't sat in that desk at that law office in years. Angela Richardson said, girl, he not gonna get nothing. Simone said, OMG, that's how he sound. That's how he sound. He seems like a scorned ex. Well, Misha, what if she was lying though? You know? Phaedra, only thing she's gonna be saying is, ooh, child. Phaedra just helping file the paperwork. Y'all a mess. He got cotton balls in his jaw. Held a whole press conference. I was finna say, now, No Name did not just block you, but that was the other girl, Normal somebody. He sounds worse than Gregory. All right, well, we're gonna keep our eyes out on this. You know, I could believe when he say Kelly spent a lot of money, child. Y'all remember her dog's birthday party was about $100,000. You know what I'm saying? On Debbie say Phaedra better go back to that school. That man looks like he ain't playing. SKI say he looked like a shiesty Negro. Just me say that civil rights speech was killing me. Y'all ain't believing Shavalo, or whatever his name is. I'm sorry, No Name. I'm sorry. I will keep my eyes out and I will bring it back to you guys. Let me put this banner up because I want to close the rest of these windows real quick, just so we can have this last story. And yeah, no, dude, but wait until you guys hear the update. So we're gonna look at this one first. He said, when I found out why I couldn't throw my daughter a slumber party, I got very sad and depressed. Should single parents that happen to be male and the child is a daughter, host a slumber party with other girls. Put a 1 in the chat if you say yes. I don't see anything wrong with it. Put a 2 in the chat if you say no. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Last year, I was trying to throw my daughter like a slumber party, and once again, no woman lives in the household. It's just me and my daughter, and like I communicated with one of the mothers, like just to see if she can get the ball rolling because she know a bunch of more mothers and whatnot. And then I asked, do she feel comfortable have? And as I was talking, she straight up interrupted me. No, I don't feel comfortable with that at all. And like I said, because I'm a man, and she was honest, and I respect her honesty. She was like, yes. And I'm like, that really made me that really did make me feel some type of way. So I expressed my, not even frustration. I was really sad. And I expressed that with other women. And they was like, well, Mark Anthony, you got to see where she coming from and blah, 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 this and that and whatnot. And I do understand like where women coming from, but it just hurt my feelings to know that me just as a man, I get labeled as that. And like I would never do nothing like that to I would never do nothing like that to kids, because like when I was growing up, like it was a situation, like I try to make jokes about it and whatnot. And like, long story short, it happened to me, but by a woman. And I just remember that feeling as I got older, and when I was younger, I would never do that to a child. And just know that like I could even throw my daughter like a slumber party is because like they think I'ma do what somebody did to me, which was a woman, by the way. And like that shit made me damn near like cry for real, bro, because I'm just trying to like have my daughter, but as it's that shit just made me really feel some type of way.
All right, I'm gonna read a couple comments and then I'm gonna give you guys an update by way of video of the activities that Mr. Man is involved in. Hold on, let me cough, guys. Let me read a couple comments. You are not being labeled. They don't know you. They are just being cautious, as they should. I saw a whole lot of 2s. I didn't see not nan one. Gigi says, sir, come on now. Candle Lit said he should have asked other mothers to stay over with him. Okay, that's a 1-ish. Cheryl Canada 2. Where is common sense? Yazzie said red flag. Pink Diva said, where is his sisters as the daughter's aunts? That's where they come in at, helping him with her little play date / sleepover. Sis, would you be okay with him staying there, period? Or are you saying that let the sisters or aunts throw that for the kids? I couldn't even go, period, as a kid. No Name Face, this is 1-ish. It sucks, and he's probably a great dad, but the optics just don't look good. You ain't seen no optics yet. Stay tuned. How he don't understand this. Let's see. He needs women chaperones that he knows, and he needs to leave. All right, let me go down, and then I'll read a couple more, and then I'm gonna show you guys. Jasmia said it was my sister and I, my neighbor, and my dad. Okay. Misha said I was a social worker for 19 years, and you'll be surprised at how many SA cases I've worked where kids were victims during sleepovers at friends' houses. I didn't allow my daughter to go to any. I wasn't allowed either, period. Let's be clear, said if it happened to you, why would you think it would be okay? Good point. Bridget J say my son is a single parent of 2 daughters, and I get it. He will have to do a day party, if only to protect himself. You just never know. Good point, sis. Peach Prince said creepy. Yazzie, so it happened to him, but he can't understand why. we wouldn't want to expose our girls to you? Simone said, bruh, no. Have a party at a public place and call it a day. I agree. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at something. Let's go ahead and take a look at Mr. Man. Now, let me make sure this is blown up for you guys. Look, baby, this internet don't play, and they didn't pull up old boys' videos and all of that. Now, I had to put my logo over his behind, all up in the air. And shout out to Industry on Blast. I also had to put my logo over a very, very actual picture. But take a look at the dance, child.
Take
Ow. Your thoughts? The exact same one. Look, the dance, hey, the dance, if that's how you dance, that's how you dance. Let me put that back up. But it is the public pictures that was out here in these streets of him butt ass. Okay? And you wondering why? You wondering why people saying no? Which I would say no, whether I saw this or not. You know what I mean? And it's a shame. It could be a double standard. I couldn't go to sleepover, so yeah, no. You know what I mean? But with all of this out here in the atmosphere, you surprised, you sad, you depressed? Porno and adult content is what this man got all over social media. I'm gonna play it one more again for you. Ooh, child, we hit 2 hours.
I feel. Take
SKR sis, you the only one looking at hard, child. I don't know. I can't answer your question. What are you all's thoughts? So we had all tools. Shorten said, bye. Gigi said the internet is forever. People, he needs to go on and have several seats. I wouldn't be surprised if the folks didn't show up to his house. Say what now? Boy, bye. He recorded and uploaded this. Gia said he may not be a single dad much longer after these videos. Yeah, it's a lot of porn, and adult content. So yeah, you may not have that problem at all. You know what I'm saying? Teresa said, boy, sit down somewhere. You ain't no bolo or no pleasure. My God, today. Out of order. Let's see. Is this the same one that's begging for kids to come to the sleepover? Let's see. Brittany Janae said, I know you effing lying. Pink Diva said that's exactly why the parents said hell to the no. Debbie said, what the F? Let's see. Just Mia said, I mean, I grew up having a sleepover with my dad, but I can certainly understand when parents would say no, and he shouldn't be offended, in my opinion. Just Mia does the videos and the content. You guys see his head is toward the headboard, so you could tell what the logo had to cover, and then the front is covering the front. Does that make a difference as far as if his, if he's offended or not for you, Just Mia? Peach Prince said he proved him right. He was dancing, child. Okay, I think Just Mia didn't answer my question already. Sherry M say, what the hell? What the helly? Felicia said, a day party at Burger King and me sitting right there, period. Yeah, go ahead and, Dave and Buster's, rent a room out, but absolutely parental supervision. And that's with or without a video. It's just unfortunate that times have absolutely changed. And you just don't know half the time what a lot of these parents are into, especially something like this. Yazzie say, somebody go get his daughter now. Where's the baby's mother? You know what, Cheryl Canada? I was looking for more info on this story to find out why and how he became a single parent, but I couldn't find anything. I don't know out there. I believe so. Most times when men got it tooted up in the air, they could be. Don't know. Danya said, watching that makes you think he may have had other motives. Ooh, Danya. Felicia say, no, sir. Candle lit said, toot, 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 toot. Peach Prince went blind. He didn't seem depressed right then, child. Debbie say, baby, bye. He don't need to be around nobody's children. Sis said, I think he must have just wanted some attention because he know darn well that wasn't gonna fly. Girl, a mess. Do you hear me? Why he do that and put it online? I don't know. Teresa and SKR the only ones looking, child. Teresa say he not packing SKR. SKR is your gaydar up, child. That wasn't for no ladies. Do I have to play it again? Do you see these pictures? I don't know about you guys. Maybe some women may be into this. I wish a Negro would send me a picture with his ass up in the air. That's for the men's. Okay, that's for the men's. All right, we're gonna look at it one more again. I feel take this child, you got better moves than me. Hey. Ciao. Yes, that is a Playboy bunny on his shirt, Tony. Ew, that is gross. I think I see what SKI was talking about. Child, I'm over here doing the same moves in my seat. I'm trying, child. He could teach me a thing or two. Just can't have my daughter, nieces, nobody around, child. I'm sorry. He had it tooted up in the air, Tam. See, he probably don't even have a daughter. You know what? Shorten, my good sis, shorten. I thought about that as well. So many people come out here with stories where they want to go viral. But what I will do, sis, I will do a little bit more research and we will see if we can find, just like they was able to find all this adult content, find sleepover guy. I'm writing it down. Daughter. And yeah, we really don't even know if that is the truth. But he said it is, so we going with it, okay? As sending the pic with his look, Christy Michelle was all up in the air, sis. Tooted and booted. You hear me? Tooted with the boot. T. All up in the air. Prop that thing up like a professional. Y'all a mess. You all are a mess. Look, we are over 2 hours, 200 right now, still here. Shout out to the replay, gang yang, QT crew. I will be scheduling us an afternoon tea tomorrow, and it's a sad story. I want us to discuss tomorrow afternoon, the young lady, I'll bring it up so you guys can see what we'll be discussing over there behind closed doors. First of all, it was sad when she first came out, and she said that every man that she's been with hurt her. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? I'll bring it up. It's a two-parter. So she was, I believe, stood up on a wedding date or something like that. Let me bring it up because I'm sure you guys saw this on social media. Once I could find it. So I ain't got the patience to talk about Nicki Minaj tonight. I was gonna try to talk about Nicki. I can't do it. All right, hold on. This was neighborhood talk. Give me a second, guys. I'm going right to it. But I want to discuss this with the Cutie Crew sisters, because it was heartbreaking. It really, really was, especially the first video that this lady released. But then the second video of her and her husband on that cruise, and he could care less, child. Let me see. I'm getting close. Hold on. So it'll be 1:30 Central for us. Well, for you guys, 11:30. Okay, this right here. So I'm not going to play it because we're going to discuss this tomorrow. But you guys should know it's been floating all over social media. Simone, you feel bad for it? Yeah, I feel bad for it too. Danya said yes. Okay, you saw it too, sis? Okay, yes. So the first part was her crying in her wedding dress. She found out that her husband had cheated on her. And this is the sad part. Every man that ever came in my life, they hurt me. I can't take no more. Okay. And then the second video that was released was her and her husband on a cruise ship. And baby, he was looking at everything but her. All right. Yes, the cruise video. Yeah. Very sad. So we'll discuss that tomorrow. But thank you guys. I love these evening lives. I really, really do. My sis was working at her shop tonight, so she didn't go live. So when she texted me, or I don't know, was it text or talk, child? Anyway, once I found out that she wasn't going live, I said, let me go ahead and change this. But if there are any hot topics that are worthy, you guys will see me tomorrow night about the same time. But the Cutie Crew, you guys make sure, even if you're at work, just try to join me from the bushes and join me tomorrow for our afternoon tea. And Debbie say he stank. Oh, child. Okay. She didn't have it tonight, sis. She rescheduled. Yeah, we're gonna discuss tomorrow, April. No, Bridget J, you missed this, sis. We did J-Lo Sunday night. I thought you were here. We talked about J-Lo Sunday night with her fine ex-husband, child. You wasn't here. We went all through Honey's page. Yes, Brittany Janae. Okay, Danya, you didn't see it. Well, join me tomorrow afternoon, sis. I'll have both of them ready. And both of them were heartbreaking. Both. SKR, you said something about you heard that they were content creators. I'm not sure if you're talking about this story, but I don't think so. That on that cruise ship wasn't made up. These tears, this hurt, even in this video, that's not made up. You know what I'm saying? What about the men being mad at Aisha Curry? Didn't we speak about that? I'll put that for hot topics tomorrow. But Steph not mad, so the men need to mind their business because Steph Curry. Yeah, we spoke about Aisha last week, SKR. But yeah, when that podcast was released, Steph already came out and said it was a whole lot that they didn't show, like a lot of times they do when it comes to the clips that's are released. But he said he's not mad. His wife loved him and he loved her. They ain't going nowhere. All of the above, you know? Yep, we did. You haven't heard of this out there? Well, you're gonna have to go and join that Cutie Crew, child. You guys want to join the Cutie Crew? I will drop the members link in the chat where you can join. Bomb.com is all I have to say when it comes to that Cutie Crew, baby. And that's where we get into all of these deep conversations and discussions and are vulnerable with our own stories. You know what I mean? So join. Yes. In the afternoon yesterday. Did I go live yesterday, Gia? What's today? Yesterday was Monday. Chat, I don't know. I believe you, Gia. Gia said we talked about it yesterday in the afternoon. Okay. That's when we talked about it, child. All right, guys. I love you guys. Shout out to all of you cuties that joined me. 176 still in the building. If you did not hit the like button, please go ahead. Hit that like button on your way out for me. Shout out to the Cutie Crew. First of all, let me play this again. Shout out if you sent me a Cash App or a Super Chat, child. Let me remove this banner. Because y'all must know that I deserve to Y'all know I deserve. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the Cash Apps, for the Super Chats. Shout out to the Replay Gang. Shout out to my cutie mom. Shout out to, I gotta play it, to the Cutie Crew, baby.
Shout out to Georgia.
Can I get that Cutie Crew again?
Yo, shout out to the Cutie Crew. Cutie Crew. 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 Shout out to the Cutie Crew. Hold on, mama, got some booty too. Booty too. Shout out to the Cutie.
Talk about little sis Sammy. Say, little mama got some booty too. Booty too. Shout out to the Cutie Crew. Shout out to all of you cuties. Thank you guys again. This was fun. Yes, Yazzie. That's why I like these nighttime live. Because I'm a little silly at night anyway when I get a little tired. But this was fun. We talked about a lot of topics tonight. We did. And again, shout out to Melody Cherie, baby. Martell, sit your goofers down somewhere, boy. You ain't got the money. You ain't got the means of the money. Go ahead and just take it what it is and go ahead on, child. Give her free completely. Go ahead and move. Go ahead and move. You know what I mean? Okay. You got to come on up over there. What you mean, sis? I got to come on over there. You talking about to the members only? I deserve. Thank you. Thank you, Bridget J and DG, for the Cash Apps. I appreciate you. And thank you again to Brittany, Janae, Tara, and Teresa. I'm going to give y'all that I deserve on the way out the door. But I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And shout out again to each of you that joined me for this live tonight.
I deserve to be. I
deserve, child. All right, guys. I am out of here. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night, TMC. Good night, Angela Richardson. He the real bald head at 304. Who, Yazzie? Who you talking about, girl? Oh, you talking about Martell? Good night, Lulu. Oh, I had Lulu and Lulu in here tonight. And shout out, child, to, what was her name? Abnormal. It was nice while we had you over here in this chat. Right, you ain't see you drop back down because you can't, girl. Go ahead and create you a whole new page and try again. Okay. All right, guys. I love you guys. Thank you guys again for joining me, and I'll chat with you guys soon. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT.
with Cuties. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with Cuties. Chit chat with Cuties.